I'm not taking the blame for nothing.
And now they've put it all back together, it only looks slightly worse than when they first got their hands on it.
It looks like Frankenstein's monster at the moment. Look at it, half a dozen different colours of paint, nothing bolted together, bits of panelling falling off. It's a nightmare.
It's just the cosmetics. How hard can it be?
If our crane's going to be ready in time to be rigged with its wrecking ball, the squad are going to have to crack on. But after all the mucky jobs, there is something satisfying about these tasks. Each one transforms the crane and clearly takes it one step closer to completion.
Lovely, that's good.
The final task is to attach the steel cables I made with my own fair hands. The restored clutch and cable system works like a dream, and the crane hoists the jib with ease. Not only does it look fantastic, it works as well. All the squad's hard work has done the trick.
I'm getting more and more fond of this thing. It's such a good, solid object, a really good piece of British engineering.
I've always wanted to have a go at one of these. Big iron ball, house, just flatten it.
This is the final day of the rebuild. Everyone works late into the night getting the crane ready. Tomorrow, it'll be handed over to Donald, its owner. The next morning is a chilly one. Last night, the temperatures dropped to -18 degrees. In a frozen field in central Scotland, the salvage squad await the machine.
I'm glad we haven't got that pink jib anymore.
Looks like.
Woohoo!
Bring it on!
Looks good.
This machine first saw the light of day way back in 1957. She had a hard life, but now the squad have got their hands on her, she is reborn in full ruston bucyrus regalia, looking very glamorous for her 46 years. Well, Donald's really looking forward to seeing his crane, but he's not too keen on wrecking balls. But I am, and I've got a half-a-ton one right here. And I've got something to smash up right here. Well, I did promise Axel. But before we can lay waste to their unsuspecting transit, I also promised Donald that he would have the crane rigged with his favourite toy, the dragline bucket.
Here we go, look. Bucket.
Bucket's up, yeah. So far, so good.
Oh, look.
I'm not putting it back together again.
No.
No.
It's got to come off in one piece.
Whee. That's it, it's done it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
In a field not far away, the machine's owner, Donald Steele, is waiting to be reunited with his crane. So, Donald, today's the big day. You looking forward to seeing the crane?
Oh, I really am. I mean, I'm really excited. Hopefully today is the day the dream becomes reality, you know?
I've got to say, it's bitterly cold today, Donald. This is the sort of weather these cranes are used to, though.
Well, this is the weather that sorts them in from the boys. This is what these machines are rugged and they can stand up to this type of weather.
Going on in that cab.
But can the squad? The sun's up, but the temperature's still at -3. Driving a crane is a skill none of the salvage squad have. Luckily for us, we've got John Freefall McCall.
Nice.
There'll be ballroom dancing before you know it.
The crane's off and running, so it's time to bring Donald in. He hasn't seen this machine working in years. After all the squad's hard work, let's hope he's going to dig it the most.
There's a man with a big smile on his face.
There we go.
Hello, how are we doing?
A one crane salute.
What do you reckon?
That looks good. Doing a lot better than I imagined.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of new bits in there, lots of working things.
We've got nice new ropes on it, clutches in it. It's sorted for you now.
Something else looks wonderful.
Donald's able to drive one of these, so he's straight into the cab to check everything's up to scratch.
Hey!
Hey! Hey! It moves!
It's going to chase us with it now.
Run away!
Hey! It really works!
Now we get to experience Donald's favourite pastime, draglining. It's a bit like fly fishing, but with a very heavy hook. The bucket is thrown out with just the right amount of force to place it in exactly the right spot. Then it's dragged back, lifted, and the contents tipped. And the process begins all over again. It might sound easy, but it's a skill that takes time to acquire. I'm pleased to see that Donald hasn't lost the knack. But what does he make of the squad's work?
There's too much play in your levers.
Didn't your clutches adjusted? Who set the clutches up?
She did.
No, it's not my fault. It's not always my fault.
Not bad at all. But what do the old pros think?
Well, it's good to see it working again, you know, after the state it was in when we started, you know.
Yeah, last time I was one of them was in the late 50s. Brings back memories when I was a young guy, you know.
That was a while ago.
But lest we forget, there is another task our crane has to undertake today.
Well, Donald, also, remember we made a deal? I said if we put the drag line on it, we could have a wrecking ball. Remember that? Hey! Come this way. Come this way. Come this way, man. Come on, everyone. Now, this is especially for my old mate Axel here.
Now, Donald's not happy about his lovely crane being used as a wrecking ball, but there's one member of the squad that's keen to give it a try.
Ta-da!
Having a laugh.
It's such a grumpy face, Donald.
Oh, what's that for?
That is for our little red van over here, which in a few moments is going to be unrestorable.
Smashing! Let's get started.
Here we go. Never mind rebuilding the country. This is what this was built for. Go on, down you go. Jerry, up in the front seat. Go on. Come on, Axel. Come on, have a go. Good shot, go.
And despite Donald being horrified at the thought of his beloved 10RB being used with a wrecking ball, I'm starting to think he might be coming round to the idea. In fact, we've created a smashing, crashing, mashing, mayhem-loving monster.
I think we've absolutely convinced Donald. We can't get him off it now. He's unbelievable. They're going to be out here every weekend with a succession of different vehicles having a go. They're turning it into an art form.
Fabulous! Absolutely fabulous! Really good. Really good. I'm into this now, boy, I tell you. Any more?
There's a little house on the horizon there. We thought we might...
Let's go. Wonderful.
I think from now on, we'll be able to take it around the vintage rallies and show the people that this was a machine that built the modern Britain as it is today. I'm really impressed with the way it's turned out. It's just as if it came out the factory.
And there's more about this week's challenge at channel4.com/science. Next Monday at 8 in the final programme, the squad try to rebuild a steam plough called Margaret. Well, Exton 4 Air Crash concludes with a look at how surviving an air disaster can mean living through a legal as well as a psychological nightmare.